I am so excited to be finally making this video because I've had this saber for months now, and I've had so much fun with it, checking out all the features, switching all the different colors, and dueling with my brother. It's just been a lot of fun. But now that I've had a lot of time to just mess around with this thing, it's finally time to review it. Hey guys, and welcome to the channel where today we are going to be reviewing Luke Skywalker's lightsaber from Return of the Jedi. Now this is a baselit saber that I got from AliExpress for around the price point of $230, and I was really excited to get this because about a week before I bought this, I got this baselit saber from AliExpress, and I thought to myself, I really want a replica saber. And when I thought about that, there was only one saber that came to my mind, and that is my favorite saber of all time, Luke Skywalker's from Return of the Jedi. It's perfect. I love this thing so much. Why don't we just take a closer look at this thing and check out all of its detail. Alright, now let's take a closer look at this hilt. And going back to what I said about this being my favorite lightsaber, there's no doubt about that. Just look at this thing. It is just perfect. One of my favorite things about the saber is the skinny neck right here. It looks so cool. And the touch of bronze up here, oh my god, it completes it for me. And another thing is how shiny this thing is. When I took it out of the wrap that it was in, because it was tightly wrapped to make sure that nothing was scratched or anything, this thing was glistening like crazy, and I loved that so much. Obviously now it's not as shiny because I've been using it for about 2 months now, so there is some smudging on it, but you can get that cleaned with like a rag or whatever. It's no big deal, but the shine on this thing is just so cool. And here is the vent for the sound system right here. You can see the speaker just in there, and here is your light system right there. And now let's just take a look at everything that it came with. Alright, so here's everything that it came with, starting off with this stand. Now this is a really simple stand, but it does the job. The next thing is this tool to put the screws in the emitter. There's 2 sides you can use. You can use this short side or you can use this longer side. The next thing we have up is this product manual. It shows you everything you need to know, especially the motion control, because that's a really important feature that the saber does offer. And the next thing we have up is a bunch of extra screws, another wrench, and actually a different face for the switch. In case you wanted to switch it out, here's what it looks like. It looks pretty cool, but I don't think I'll ever be using this one. So that was everything that the saber came with. But why don't we just take a look at all of the features that it has to offer. And before I get into showing you guys all the fonts on the saber, I forgot to show one thing that it comes with, and that is this blade plug. And it's actually really cool because you can use it as like a flashlight. And now let's get into the fonts that the saber has.
Emperor. Scavenger. Princess. Nart. Dark Ages. The second. Serenity.
Alright, now I'm just going to show you guys some of the features that this saber can do. Alright, so with the saber off, holding the power button for 3 seconds can switch how the light goes through the blade.
Pulse.
So this is what pulse looks like. Now with steady on, it's just going to look like your generic RGB lightsaber, so I always either have pulse or what we're going to see in the next one, unstable on.
Steady.
And now for my favorite one, unstable.
Unstable.
And the other really cool thing that the saber has to offer is motion control, which typically you only get with your higher end sabers, but with this one that's not the case because you do get it, and it's one of my favorite things about the saber. So basically all it is you don't necessarily have to click the power button to turn it on and off, which really comes in handy when you have an RGB lightsaber because you have to hold down the power button for 4 seconds to turn it off. But with motion control, you can just flick your wrist and it'll turn off immediately. It's a really simple feature, but it's one of my favorite features on any saber you can get. Alright, so now I'm just going to talk a little bit about some of the things that I don't necessarily like about the saber, and it's not a lot, it's only about 2 things, and the number one thing being, how is there no Luke Skywalker font if it's a Luke Skywalker lightsaber? That is the one thing that really just makes me annoyed on the saber. They have literally every other character that you could want on the saber except Luke, whose lightsaber it is. So that's just, it's just annoying, and I don't know why it's not on there in the first place. And the second thing being, it's not 100% accurate to the movie, because in Return of the Jedi you can see on the switch right here there's actually some lights on it, but I don't mind because I still think it looks pretty cool, and eventually down the line I want to get a xenopixel of this lightsaber but 100% film accurate. But yeah, that's pretty much all the complaints I have for the saber. It's not a lot compared to the other lightsaber that I reviewed on the channel. If you haven't seen that, click the top right, it'll take you straight to it. But yeah, I mean, I was pretty impressed with this saber. It's definitely a step up from the last one I got, and all the features that it comes with is actually really cool. Alright, and that's gonna do it for the video. I hope all of you guys enjoyed. If you did, of course, make sure to leave a like and subscribe for more lightsaber videos. I'm looking into doing a lot more shorts because that's what a lot of people seem to really enjoy, so I'm looking into doing a bunch of those for you guys, and I'm also looking into getting my first Xenopixel lightsaber, which is going to be an absolutely crazy time because the difference between a base lightsaber and a Xenopixel is just huge. But that's gonna do it for the video today. Lots more things planned for the future very soon, so stay tuned for that, and I'll see you guys in the next one. See ya.